Hey everybody, this is my quick short little video slash review on the Inferno e-cigarette by Volcano. It's a Hawaii based company here on the island. Fantastic though. They do ship, like, as far as I know, nationally, and they get free shipping on their website and stuff that too, especially like when you buy a new kit or anything like $50 or over. So it's definitely a good company to go with. Just going by a price point, the Inferno is about $75, I believe. It's good deal if you ask me. This is my first kit. I was really skeptical about even starting this thing. It's kind of looked like a gimmick to me, not anything that would actually help me out with quitting smoking or replacing smoking, saving me money, whatever your thoughts about this shit is. I'll pretty much touch a little bit more on what I think about it now that I've had it for about 3 weeks. Talk about that later. Alright, so what you get in the kit is this is what it looks like, obviously, when you get it, since it's a cool box or whatever. I got the black one. They come in different colors. I chose black because the other ones I don't really care about. What you get is you get 2 batteries. This is a smaller battery. I think it's like 600 or something like that. This is a bigger one. It's like 900. Both of these retail separately for $20. And then you get a tube tank, which holds your cartomizer, which is in the center there, and then this glass tube around it, which you fill up with your E-juice or your liquids or whatever you want to be, what you're smoking out of it. Other things that come with, if you lift up this thing right here, you've got a 5-pack of cartomizers. Now, when you get this, you get 5 cartomizers in this pack, and then you get a 6th one that's already installed in the tube tank. So really, these cartomizers, they lasted me 2 weeks each. I'm on my second one now. I just put it in about 3 or 4 days ago. The batteries, the small one will last me about 2 days, a little less, of smoking throughout the day. And then the big one will last me almost 3. I usually go 2 full days with it, and then half the next day. And I smoke this shit all the time. Now, what else you get is you get the mouthpiece or drip tip or whatever the hell you want to call it. You get a vial of your E-juice. You get a pick any flavor you want. You get a smaller one than this. I don't know what the size is. I got the bigger one. This is my second bottle. The small one lasted me 2.5 weeks, and they're $13 a piece. So compared to, they say they last the equivalent of a carton. I don't see that. Carton lasts me about 10 days. This has lasted me 17. One of these is the smaller one. This is the big one. You get the charger. The cable for it is just a USB regular to I believe it's a micro USB charger port. And then you get this little case thing. It's trash. Some instructions, and that's it. What else you can do is a couple days after I bought it, I picked up a different drip tip. I just think it looks a little bit nicer. It's a little bit smaller too. It doesn't do anything. It's just strictly cosmetic. So, and that's everything that you get with it. I think it's like a year warranty or something like that on the batteries. Or maybe the entire kit. I'm not sure. I've dropped it. I've banged it up. It seems ultra durable to me. I'm not sure if this is glass or some type of like high heat resistant plastic or something. But like I said, I've dropped this on the floor and everything, and it's worked perfectly fine. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to put it together real quick. Then take a hit of it and see some clouds. Alright, so to put it together, let's see if I can find a good wave. There we go. That works perfect. Alright, so to put it together, you grab a battery. Now the battery is just this entire black thing. It comes charged a little bit, like 3/4 of the way or something like that. Now if you take this end cap right here and just screw it off, that's where it charges to. Cool thing about this too is say that you're sitting at your sitting around or whatever and it dies on you can just plug it in, charge it and continue smoking as it's charging. So that's awesome. I'm pretty good about keeping the battery charged at all time. Like if this one dies, I'll switch out with the big one and then charge this one while, and common sense people really. So comes on, screwed on there. I have to do it too tight. Next step is you take this collar looking thing. You'll just notice that there is a rigid side right here and then there's a flat side. You just want that rigid side up. All that does is kind of covers up the this part right here that's so it pretty much gives a nicer design. And then you take your tube tank with the cartomizer in it and you put it on there and you just screw it on. You don't have to do it too tight. It does turn on you once you get it tight enough, because I don't know, it just goes straight through. The cartomizer does. The inside tube right here that goes through it. So I like to take a drip tip and put it on there, and I'll hold it. Just do that. So that's it, fully assembled. See right there. Looks pretty nice. Alright, the way you turn this on and off, which is really cool, is you have to hit this button right here 5 times. It'll blink and turn off. So I already had it on, so turn it back on real quick. Blinks, blah 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 blah, stops, and then that's pretty much it. To set up the cartomizer and the tube tank, this is the most difficult, confusing aspect of getting into this thing. And like I said, this is my first kit. I've never done this e-cigarette stuff before. I've had it, I've tried like the tiny little shitty ones that first came out like 5 years ago. Those things suck ass. Do not recommend buying one of those ever. It is definitely worth a little bit extra money to get something that is going to last and feels like you're smoking a cigarette, instead of spending the $40-50 or whatever on the tiny not disposable, but the tiny ones that don't produce any cloud at all, and it just makes you frustrated, and then like a day later you're buying packs of cigarettes again. Alright, so to fill this thing, well, first I'll start with the cartomizer. The cartomizer consists of this metal tube here, an atomizer in the center, which you can't see because it's surrounded and it's in the center there. But if you look in there, there's a hole. That hole goes all the way down, and inside is the heating element. Around it is cotton. So most smokers are familiar with Zippos. You want to fill this up the same way that you fill up a Zippo. That you only have to do that for your first initial setup of each separate cartomizer. Alright, so what you do is you take your e-juice here, you unscrew it, and you just drip it around the sides in there. You do not want to get it down in that hole. They said like 40 drops or something like that. I just do it. I just go slowly, work around, drop a few drops on one side, turn it, drop a few drops, turn it, do the same thing over and over. Now I do that until it looks like it's taking it looks like it doesn't absorb the liquid anymore, similar to a Zippo. After you do that, you take this guy. See if I can set it up better. Take it. Now, right here, you don't want to, this tube tank slides off of the cartomizer by just pulling it up a little bit. Now you'll see, I'll hold it now, you'll see that you know, it's come up, lifted up a little bit, and to fill up the actual tank itself, the little glass thing, you pull it down a little bit, just far enough so there's about that much space between the cartomizer, the top of the cartomizer, and the top of the tube tank, pretty much just enough to see it. And then you take your liquid, and then you just drop it slowly in there. Don't get it into the cartomizer anymore. Just kind of like tilt the tank itself and just drip it down on the sides and fill it up to about 80% capacity. After you've done that, you just push it back down slowly. You don't want to pop the metal piece on top of the tube tank out, which is the collar. And you place your drip tip wherever mine went. Here it is. And that's it. So with that, you're pretty much ready to go. It's very important though that you soak that cartomizer fully, because the way it works is, if you look in there, there's a little tiny black hole, you see? So this is how this atomizer tank thing works. So you hold down the button, which draws the battery current. The battery current obviously heats up the heating element inside of here. The heating element will vaporize the juice that's not on the outside here, but on the inside in that cotton. So if that cotton is dry, then you're just burning up cotton, and it's going to taste like dog shit. So the hole is there to draw in more fluid as the stuff inside the soaked up cotton or whatever gets dried out. So that's why you have to make sure that that cartomizer is fully saturated before you start smoking out of this thing. Alright, so that's pretty much just a quick rundown on it. The next thing you gotta do is just hold down the button, and then you inhale slowly. I know a lot of people that will take their cigarette and just put it to the lips and inhale real quick, and then that's it. So you do have to kind of reteach yourself on the quote unquote technique or whatever that you may or may not be used to smoking. So you just hold it down and inhale slowly, and then release it and exhale, and that's about it. So I'll show you a few clouds that this guy will make right here, and then I'll end the video. That was a pretty long drag. You can definitely feel it more in your throat than you ever did. It's kind of like when you first started smoking. It's a different hit. It's a different feel. My lungs still feel clean. My throat, it got that nice throat hit that you really are looking for when you're trying to substitute smoking. Like there's a feeling that you get from smoking that you can't replicate, and this gets on at 99%. It's almost exactly like it. So when I usually smoke, I get about this. Good hit. It's, you can feel it. There's substance behind it. It's not like you're smoking air. It's not like, you're just missing out on everything. You're really getting into it, and it works fucking awesome. So, now that I've had it for 3 weeks, I'll tell you what I think about the whole e-cigarette thing. Like I said, I was initially skeptical. I've never really thought it would work. I was like, 75 bucks though. That's what the kit costs. I was like, I'll spend the money, I'll get it, and if I can go out here, they're like $9.50 a pack for cigarettes, man, and like if I can go like 7-8 days, this thing will be paid for itself. So I bought it knowing full well that I might not use it after a week, after a few days. Well, long story short is I've gone 3 weeks. I haven't bought a single pack of cigarettes. I haven't smoked a single cigarette since I have bought this. This thing does not, I don't see it, for me personally, I don't see it as a way to quit smoking, or a way to quit nicotine, I guess I would say, but more as a replacement to smoking. And I mean, it's fantastic. I'm extremely happy I bought this. My wife actually bought one the day after I bought mine because she didn't think I'd be able to go 24 hours, and if it works for me, then it's going to work for most people. I was up to like pack and a half a day for the last, I want to say 3 years. I've been smoking total for about 10 now. I started young. I was like 15. Pretty much, for any skeptics out there that might be like me, get it. It's definitely worth it. I'm not going to get into medical benefits and shit like that because it's not a I don't know. I definitely feel better. Like I can breathe better. I taste a lot better. Stuff like that. Smell a lot better. There's like no smell to this. There's a lot of benefits I'm noticing right off the bat after like 3 weeks of just using this, and the first 4 days were pretty easy. After that, like the days 5 through I think it was like 8 or 9, I was hacking up a lot of like all that tar and tobacco shit that's caked on the inside of my lungs. After those 4 days of that whole smoking tobacco withdrawal, not the nicotine withdrawal, so I wasn't getting headaches, I wasn't getting cold sweats, I wasn't getting all that nasty shit that I used to get when I tried quitting smoking. It was just hacking up shit. This thing's freaking awesome. I recommend it 100%. If you don't think it's gonna work for you, give it a shot. 70 bucks is a lot of money, I get that, but think about how much money you'll save if it actually does work in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months. Just think about that. I mean, it's fantastic, and I endorse this if I could. And other than that, I think this video is done. If you have any questions, feel free to post below. Thanks. Bye.